But I thought Ethereum was supposed to be over 500 by now. I thought it was going over 500 in a week or two. That's what the people who knew nothing about markets, who knew nothing about technology, were telling me, you know, on Facebook, all over Twitter and other social media. They were telling me because Ethereum was going up, it was still undervalued. Look, anything that has gone up 40-fold in about 3 months is not undervalued, okay? And it's normally not going up for fundamental reasons. There's normally a lot of Johnny-come-lately, momentum chasers, hedge fund, speculative money. Yes, there's not a lot of people on Main Street who know what Ethereum is, but there's also a lot of big money people in Silicon Valley, on Wall Street, Toronto, elsewhere, that do have capital, and everyone doesn't have to be participating in it for it to be, you know, a speculative bubble. So, yeah, we've had just the last week so far, Ethereum is already down 40%. My friend Lewis of Small Gold is asking a nice question, whether or not this is just a major correction, cyclical bear market within a secular bull market, or whether this is, you know, the bubble totally bursting. Long term, you know, I will admit, Ethereum does have really awesome potential. It does. It just hasn't really proven much of anything yet. Okay? It just doesn't. The Ethereum Alliance, these companies are on board. You know, go back and watch my previous video with Vlad talk about how, you know, they're years away from proof of stake. They're years away from getting smart contracts figured out. There's probably going to be another really bad hack because Ethereum, a lot of security was sacrificed for flexibility and innovation on the Ethereum blockchain. And even Vitalik's dad, Dmitry Buterin, on June 13th, he was saying it was a bubble, that Ethereum was a bubble, how it was going up and up and up. And he said that one of his friends, 71-year-old aunt, is being pitched a no-lose investment in Ethereum by Coffee Shop Manager. And someone replies saying that they hope this isn't true, and he says it is true. So this is Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum's dad, saying there's other signs it's a bubble. And so, you know, a lot of people were telling me, Jason, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. I have 10 years of market experience now, guys. 10 years of studying markets, 10 years of working in the financial industry in different jobs. And I've seen, you know, commodity prices for certain commodities go crazy and mining stocks go up tenfold or more very quickly. And people are telling me that when Molycorp had already gone up tenfold, that Molycorp is going to be worth $300 a share. Well, you know, today it's bankrupt and they couldn't execute their business plan. So, I mean, there's countless examples of this. You know, so yes, long-term Ethereum does have a lot of potential, but there is really no market that does not have a major correction. So hopefully some of you guys took profits when it got up to around 400, 408. You know, it's tough to, there's not, if you go and look at the Ethereum chart here, there's not really a lot of support levels. It could easily get back down to 100 or below 100 for a while if there's no news that comes out in the near term, if there's no good news. This thing was trading like a biotech stock on steroids. Like if a tiny little biotech stock with a tiny little market cap, but all of a sudden had really positive cancer-solving results, and the FDA was gonna fast-track it and approve it. Ethereum had gone up way too much too quickly, and people were calling me stupid, calling me names, saying that you don't know what you're talking about with this, you don't know the tech. I know markets. I know how markets react. And people telling me something that has gone up 40-fold in 3 months and telling me it's still undervalued, that it's going to go up to 500 without a major correction, it's going to go up to 1,000 in a month or two, was just ridiculous. So, you know, I may have been a little bit early. I think I said in the videos it would be a little bit early. But, you know, I may get back into Ethereum. I may get back into Ethereum. It just depends on sentiment and it depends on the price. You know, if it goes back below $100 for a while and sentiment, and you guys say you don't want to buy it anymore, I think as a contrarian, that would be an interesting time to start accumulating again. But I also want to give you guys a warning that I think there's starting to be really blatant fraud out in the initial coin offering market. I was emailed by a PR person promoting an initial coin offering, trying to raise $45 million. And they wanted me to interview the CEO of this guy, and they sent me a press release for questions to ask the CEO. And I went to the website for this ICO, and the guy was trying to make ridiculous promises to retail investors. So I don't know if all ICOs are like that, But I think, before all is said and done with this ICO market, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to end up going to prison for fraud. I think there's going to be this specific ICO was talking on their website about how there's so much intrinsic value in this coin. We're going to keep the supply at 10 million. There's going to be added benefits too, and it just sounded really ridiculous. Obviously it's not a security, but the SEC doesn't really have laws for digital assets, coins, tokens yet. So it's technically, not a security. So they didn't break securities law. They didn't commit securities fraud, but the SEC doesn't have laws for this yet. So as a libertarian free market, okay, but I'm just trying to warn you guys out there as a retail, for retail investors, you guys are going to be targeted by sophisticated fraudsters in the ICO market that are going to make you all kinds of ridiculous promises with their tokens and their coins, and you have to be careful of that, because before all this is said and done, there is a lot of fraud starting to go on here. That's it for right now. I just want to do a short little Ethereum video. There's not a great chart right now on Ethereum, so there's not, because this chart has gone up so much so quickly in only 3.5 months or so, that for support levels, I mean, it could get easily way more than cut in half. It could go down 70, 80, 90% before it builds a base. But normally with technical analysis and markets, sentiment has to change and it has to build a base somewhere. But sentiment is still extremely bullish. So people are buying the dip, and so normally sentiment will have to change. The sentiment when Ethereum was at 200, then 300, then 400, it was extreme bullishness. There were almost no bears out there except for me and a few other financial professionals who were actually following it. That's it for right now. Everyone have a good week, and I'm going to focus on getting some good content out there. We are under 200,000 views now for 3 million. So once we get to 3 million views, Wall Street for Main Street is going to have a party around here if you guys are interested in coming out, and I will be buying appetizers, and we can have dinner and drinks and stuff at a nice Mexican restaurant, but I will be buying the appetizers. Okay, bye guys. Since 1972, the McIlvaney Financial Group has been a conservative, contrarian investment firm. With that mindset, they have created a multifaceted approach to portfolio management, offering a wide array of services including wealth management, a unique short fund, hedging through precious metals, and excellent educational resources. We have had David McIlvaney on our show multiple times because we respect his outlook, viewpoints, and recommendations. You really need to let them give you a much better understanding of what true portfolio diversification is. Just go to McIlvaney.com/Main Street, with Main Street all spelled out, to get introduced and to garner free information. Again, that's McIlvaney.com/Main Street to schedule your free 20-minute consulting session. Wall Street for Main Street needs your help. YouTube stole $7,200 from Wall Street for Main Street in annualized YouTube AdWords revenues, and they kneecapped our analytics down by more than 80% across the board since September 2016 with their new censorship algorithms to stop the rapid growth of our channel. That was money we could have used to upgrade our website, pay bills, and invest in improving our content and growing our business. Our audience of loyal listeners is all over the globe, and so large now that if most or all of our listeners were to commit to donating $1 to $5 each month to our Patreon account, we could easily meet our goal on Patreon. Wall Street for Main Street also accepts one-time donations on our main wallstreetformainstreet.com website. That's WALLSTFORMAINST.com website via PayPal, Gold Money, or Bitcoin. We also accept donations of physical precious metals that can be mailed to us. Thanks to all listeners who have already made a donation, and thanks in advance to any listeners who make a future donation or contribution to the growth, improvement, and success of Wall Street for Main Street.